Do you guys know this tale? Mirror, mirror on the wall, which Etsy AI design sells, if at all? Well, maybe it's an actual tale, but this is the topic of today's video. We're gonna cover what Etsy AI designs you can sell now in May, June, summer in general. We're gonna go over specific designs that I found doing some product research. These are the designs I personally started selling myself. And if you watched me earlier, you know that I'm participating in a 30-day challenge where I try to list at least 2 listings every day during the month of May. I share my progress with my YouTube members and the people in my Discord. So today is kind of like a sneak peek of some of the designs that I sell. And I'm gonna give you the prompts that you can use it yourself. I'm gonna show you the instructions how to use these prompts on Midjourney. And if you stick to the end, I'm gonna give you a little surprise. But without further ado, let's start the video. And the combination of today's prompts that I prepare for you are a mix of seasonal products. And when I say seasonal, I mean items related to summer and also Mother's Day and stuff like that, because Etsy is big on seasonality. And I can for sure tell you that this is 100% true. For example, last month I was selling a lot of Easter related items and they were selling like hotcakes. This month, these items don't sell that well. But you know what sells very well right now? Flowers. Any images with flowers do very well, especially like summertime flowers. They do amazing. So if you're working with the images on Etsy, you gotta keep in mind that seasonality is a big factor, but you also wanna keep an eye on products like this. This is something that's becoming trendy. It's not a big trend yet, but I can see a huge potential in it because this is the first one of this kind with the cats that are painting a stained glass. And this is like the only listing that I've seen that looks like this on Etsy. So my personal strategy is to keep a mix of seasonal and things like that that are new, innovative, and they have a proven track of sales. So what we're gonna do now is we will try to recreate this, okay? But here's the thing, we're not gonna copy exactly what this person is doing. We'll just try to like recreate the style of this, okay? I'm gonna show you the prompt that allows you to do it. I actually experimented with a bunch of prompts and I was finally able to crack this down, but I'm gonna show you the prompt that will allow you to create these images that you can later on sell yourself. And if you're interested, I actually share a list of monthly prompts that I find like this one, my YouTube members. So if you join my YouTube membership, you're also gonna have access to more prompts that you can use. But in today's video, we're gonna go over 5, okay? And this is one of them. So stainless glass cat, okay? So what I'm looking here is I wanna see if there's any interest in this product, okay? And again, this is like the only one I was able to find. So this is a unique product because there's only one of them. And I have this tool called Everbee, which allow me to give me some more insights into this product. So if I click on product analytics, I can see a little bit more data about it. As you can see, this listing is 2 months old and has 23 favorites, okay? So this is not the best indicator because there are no sales, okay? But here's the thing, this is something that I recently learned. Sometimes Midjourney doesn't count all the sales, doesn't show you all the sales. There's a delay, okay? This is something that I'm learning right now. But this listing has 23 favorites, okay? So this is what caught my attention because this is a good indicator that this product might have some potential. And I also noticed that this product is heavily promoted. I see ads for it all the time. So Etsy wants me to see it. And that's probably a good sign that this listing has a potential. So this is why I decided to keep this one on my list because A, it's unique, B, I see ads for it all the time, and 3, even though Everbee is not showing me any sales, but I learned recently that they don't always show you sales and there's always a delay. I think this still has a potential, and this is why I decided, you know what? I'm gonna try to sell it myself. So again, this is more experimental prompt because again, we don't have a proven track of sales, but I'm gonna show you other prompts that do have a track of sales. So don't worry about that. Okay, so as you can see, I'm on Midjourney now, and these are the experiments I started with. Okay, so usually what I do, I just try to break it down by using keywords. I don't use any software. I don't use any other fancy tools that, you know, allow you to kind of recreate this. I just use the keywords and the style this image is presenting. So stainless glass cat, that's the style. The object is cat. So I usually just start with that. And this is what I did. I started with the keywords. You can see stained glass cat, close up face, fantasy, storybook, fairy tale. So I'm just trying to manually describe what this image is. And by, you know, process of trial and error, I tried to figure out the actual prompt. So the first one was okay. The second one was not exactly what I was looking for. The third one, we still not there yet. Fourth one, still kind of work in progress. And then we got to this one. I think this one is really cool. It's not exactly the same thing, but it's looking very, very well and very cool. And that's the point. I'm not trying exactly copy one to one, but I'm trying to create something similar. I feel like this could work. This prompt right here, it could work. I also play with different version of Midjourney, so I tried with 5.1, but for this particular prompt, it seems like the V4, the version 4 is working the best. Then we got this one. This one was again 5.1. So as you can see, the older version, the 4 is more, the colors are more bright and stronger. And with the V5.1, the colors are not as strong as the other one. So the final version that I really liked is this prompt right here. It's the V4 stained glass orange cat fantasy storybook fairy tale watercolor and blackening style. And it created this type of images, okay? And then the word orange, you can replace it with any color of the cat you want. I just put orange as an example, but that's the one version of the prompt. And then the second version is slightly different. The difference is that we have the white background at the end. So instead of having these black backgrounds, right, you can see right here, right? Like you can see in the corners, I added a white background. That way it will create something similar to this, okay? Something that looks more like this. So right now we have the prompt working. So let's see what is the end result. And these are the end results. And as you can see, not all of them are great. Like I would not use this one. I would not use this one. Maybe I would use this one. I would use this one for sure. I think this one is the best. So when you work with this prompt, make sure that you pick the best options because you not always get the best results. As you can see here, we got a better results. Maybe not mentioning the white background is better. You can always remove background in tools like Canva or Photoshop, but this is relatively close to this. Okay, another product that I really like is this floral patterns, okay? As I said earlier, flower images tends to sell very well during the summertime. I think this is just like the vibe of the summer, you know, people use the flowers to you know, put on decoration, wrapping paper and stuff like that. This is definitely used for wrapping paper. So people print this out and then, you know, they just put it as a wrapping paper, just like I said. But yeah, this is really cool. Oh, here's an example. So this is actually really beautiful. If you can put this up on a notebook or the bag or something like that, it looks really pretty. It's a really cool design. You can definitely create this in Midjourney. It has 18 add to carts, which means it's a really good sign. So this is a more popular product. It's more popular than the first one I showed you. Again, the first one, I think it has a huge potential. It just depends on like how you implement it in your Etsy strategy. But this one has a stronger indication of more potential, especially now. So it has 7 sales. It's only 1 month old. Again, there might be actually even more sales because again, Everbee is a little bit delayed with their data. So a lot of potential, it's brand new, and it's relatively easy to recreate in Midjourney. So as you can see, here's my first attempt of recreating this prompt. I actually used Midjourney 5.1 to try to recreate it, and we got something pretty close to it. As you can see, it's relatively close to it. It's not exactly the same thing, but it's relatively close. You could potentially try to sell even this design, and this is a prompt. Elegant vintage flower pattern, oil painted. This is very crucial that you mentioned it's oil painted because that's the style. Roses, you can replace the word roses with any flower you want. And then I added scrapbook paper just to add a little bit more context for the texture. However, this is not the final prompt. The final prompt that I went with is this one. Elegant vintage flower pattern, oil painted roses, scrapbook paper, unlighted dark background, high contrast, beautiful colors. This is the one that I actually like the most. As you can see, has the dark background, just like this one has, okay? This one, I would definitely not use this one, but those 3 I think are fine. This is using the version 5.1 of Midjourney, so it's the newest one. You can probably try even V4. I feel like it could work with V4. Again, V4 is very good with like watercolor stuff. The version 5 and higher seems to be better with more realistic stuff, but this is pretty good. And by the way, if you got it this far, I'm just gonna tell you that you're gonna have a link for these prompts in the description of this video. This is a surprise I meant to have for you at the end of this video. I was supposed to reveal this at the end of this video. This is why why I wanted to watch. But if you got it so far, I'm just gonna tell you this right now. But please still watch it, because there are some instructions that it's better to explain what I'm talking to you instead of, reading the instructions, because there are instructions included in the document that I shared the prompts with you. So let's go ahead to prompt number 3. Prompt number 3 is a little bit more universal. It's not really a seasonal product, but it just has a crazy amount of sales. As you can see, 20 add to carts. And if we look at the product analytics, the sales are actually insane on this one. Okay, we got 1,716 sales, but this is a pretty old listing. It's 83 months old. Okay, so it's been here for a while, but like, it's super easy to recreate. Okay, this is a very simple prompt that you can recreate in Midjourney, and you can definitely sell this yourself. This is an evergreen product, but as you can see, we have a proven data that shows us, yeah, this thing sells. Some people could argue that this might be too hard to sell, since this is a very old listing, has so many sales, and it's probably getting a lot of sales already because it's probably dominating the market. But that just sounds to me like if you are not up to challenge, okay? Because I actually created this myself, something similar to it, and I'm still getting sales. Okay, I sell these patterns myself. It's just a matter of kind of switching things up. You see, he's selling 100 colors, okay? But you can sell 200. That's what I'm doing. I'm selling 150 colors. So you just got more colors, or maybe more variations, or maybe different variations of glitter. Like, you can still sell this type of stuff. You're not trying to copy one-to-one. You're trying to get very similar results, but not exactly the same ones, okay? So here's the prompt for it that I used. Again, use the version 5.1. It actually works pretty well. And as you can see, I have different variations of it, okay? The best one that I used is this one, because it's the closest thing to this glitter style. But you can also use this one, and you just replace the color. So instead of saying purple, you replace it with red or green or whatever color you want it. Here's the thing, for this one, I recommend using the reference image, just because if, let's say, you like this style of glitter and you want to copy exactly that same style, it's good to give Midjourney the reference image so it knows what to copy. Otherwise, you're gonna get different variations of the glitter. As you can see right here, I have 4 different ones. So it's good to give the reference image to limit amount of different variations. Okay, another one is a little bit more seasonal, and these are these brown flowers. So this is something that you can definitely replicate in Midjourney. I think this has potential to work even in fall, because these are very like fallish colors, but it's popular even now during the summer, or I should say upcoming summer, because it's still technically spring. So if you look at the data, this listing is 3 months old, 46 sales, 127 favorites, and this listing is on the rise. There's more interest for it right now, and let me show you the prompt. So the prompt I used to recreate something similar, again, not exactly the same, but something similar, is this one right here. Neutral brown flowers, watercolor, floral, white background, applied it, okay? And these are the images that we got. They're very close to whatever we have right here. This is using the V4. I tried the version 5.1, but we didn't get as good results as the one that we get from the V4, but this is pretty straightforward. You know what to do. Another item on our list are these bees, and this is perfect for the current time. This is more of a seasonal product because bees are associated with spring, summer, and things like that. It's a watercolor product, and watercolor is very popular on Etsy. And if you look at the data, this is what we get, okay? This listing is brand new. It only got 3 sales so far, but it has 20 favorites. 8 people added this to their cart. This is something pretty new, so it has a potential. And this is also a brand new store. As you can see, they only have 221 sales, 13 reviews. So not a lot, but if they're already getting sales on it, that means that there's a demand for this product. And I was able to recreate this in Midjourney. So the prompt I use for this is this one: honeybee on yellow flower, watercolor, fantasy, white background, black and white ink. And see the results we got. We're using version 4 instead of 5.1 again. Again, watercolor stuff, usually the version 4 is the best for this type of images. And this is actually, I actually like my version better than what we have on Etsy. This is a little bit colorful and stuff like that, but I think mine, it looks better. It's more crisp, it's more detailed. So we actually got better results that this guy has right here, okay? So if you want to add more objects, for example, you can replace this sentence right here which says on a yellow flower. you can replace it with like a honey jar. So it will say honeybee on a honey jar or something like that. You can easily replace the objects here. You can also change the color. So instead of saying yellow flower, you can say orange honey jar or something like that. But the core of this prompt is right here. So good luck selling it. And these are all the prompts I prepared for you today. And as I mentioned earlier, the big surprise is that I have the links for these prompts down below in the description of this video. You can download them yourself and just copy the text in Midjourney. You don't have to, pause the video and try to type in yourself all the prompts that we use here. Don't worry about that. You have all the prompts in the description. If you want to get the monthly list of prompts, sign up for my YouTube memberships. Every month I share a list of new prompts that I sell on Etsy. And if you want to participate in the challenge, the 30-day challenge of trying to build the Etsy AI store or dropshipping store, whatever journey you're trying to hop on, there's gonna be a link to the spreadsheet. You can track my personal progress. But I think that's it for today. Check out my other videos about Etsy AI to learn more. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.